Like a lot of women in my position, I spent many years as a corporate attorney, and I had kids. That type of pace, that demanding schedule really, makes you start to think about where your priorities are. And I guess that moment for me was I'm on a deal. It's, mid-December. We close a lot of corporate deals December 31 for tax purposes. I'm working on one of those transactions with some New York lawyers, and they just decided that, you know, 11 o'clock at night was a great time to have a conference call about a minor issue, which, my husband travels for work. So I'm home. The nanny gets off at 7. I've got a conference call at what turned out to, 10 o'clock and a kid. So I gave her a choice. I'm like, look, you have to go to bed a little bit early so I can prep for this, or I can hold you. And I ended up holding a baby in my arms, sleeping, while I solved this minor issue from some lawyer who wanted to call a conference call in the middle of the night as a power play. I'd had enough. So that's what sort of makes you start to think about that next step. What am I going to do from here? Because there's got to be a better way.
And for you, you were working on different business transactions, and refresh my memory, did you stumble across an investment or a transaction for a client, and that prompted you to think a little differently, look differently at that deal and say, it could be me?
A couple of things happened. So, sort of that moment of epiphany, holding the baby who's, now in college, just decided, I needed to do something different. It took me a couple of years to figure out what that different would be. So it's not like I immediately, quit my job and took a leap somewhere.
No.
I did my homework, and I decided that infrastructure was going to be the next round of spending in this country. So I said, okay, what about infrastructure could I get into and take advantage of that, and sort of landed on sewer, because obviously here in the Midwest, our infrastructure is terrible. Our water's even worse, the water infrastructure here. And I thought that that would be a good entree. And I'm like, well, I'm not a plumber. How can I still take advantage of that without being a plumber?